Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would say good evening or perhaps good morning to those of you who are in the area where it's in the morning. Precisely is about 11:52 p.m. in Liberia and many part of West Africa. Uh, we are coming on today. Basically, is about the climaxing of the election or campaign process in the Republic of Liberia. So we receive a video, an audio recording of Mr. Alexander B. Cummings that we were asked to play for the Liberian people before the expiration of the election time in Liberia. So we're going to play it on SKTV. You will listen to it and you can share it to as many people as you want to. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV and want to encourage you to go ahead and share it. It's very, very, very important that you share it. All right. So here is the audio. Let me see here. Let me make sure first we are sharing it. Yes, we will do this right here. We'll do this, and then we will do this. So yes, we're going to play it. It's an audio, but just listen to it. Listen to the recording.
Fellow Liberians, this is Alexander Cummings, the standard bearer of the Collaborating Political Parties, the CPP, speaking to you on behalf of Councillor Charlene Bromskin and myself. On October 10th, in 2 days, you will be making a very critical decision on who you want to serve you. My fellow Liberians, this is Alexander Cummings, the standard bearer of the Collaborating Political Parties, the CPP, speaking to you on behalf of Councillor Charlene Bromskin and myself. On October 10th, in 2 days, you will be making a very critical decision on who you want to serve you as your leader. I ask that as you go through that process, you do it in a peaceful and non-violent manner. We owe it to ourselves and to our country to make sure this process does not harm a single Liberian. And we, as the CPP, I, as the leader of the CPP, am admonishing all of my partisans and supporters, and indeed all Liberians, to make sure we do this peacefully. None of us are entitled to lead our country. We all have to earn that right through persuasion and through our arguments. And so let's please make this process peaceful. But as you make this decision, my fellow Liberians, let's ask ourselves the following questions. After 176 years, the oldest republic in Africa, why are we amongst the least developed countries in the world, in the region? It is primarily, I believe, because we keep doing the same things over and over and expect different results. If we keep electing and selecting the same kinds of people with the same experiences, our country will not change. We will not get different results. Councillor Bromskin and I offer you, my fellow Liberians, a set of different experiences. We understand how to create jobs, how to grow what they call the private sector, to grow the economy. Government by itself has not solved our problems. Government experience by itself has not moved Liberia forward. And part of what we need to do different is people with different experiences who can create jobs for Liberians and different opportunities. We want a government of inclusion where your tribe, your religion, your political party does not matter. If you are a Liberian, you follow the rules, obey the laws, you should benefit from the resources of Liberia. So to our teachers, our healthcare workers, our motorcyclists, our plumbers, our police officers, our military people, to all Liberians, you will see a difference in your lives. You will make a living wage. We will improve the educational system, the healthcare system, the roads, running water and electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will happen. Our young people will have a different and a better future. We will provide vocational training again and create jobs for Liberians. We will reduce the suffering. So give us the opportunity to serve you, and I promise you, you will experience and you will see a different Liberia. Thank you for the opportunity. Go out on October 10th and vote your conscience, and together let's move Liberia forward. Let's change Liberia. Let's bring real and fundamental change to our country. Thank you in advance for the opportunity to serve you. God bless you and God bless Liberia. Of the collaborating political party. My fellow Liberians, this is Alexander Cummings, the standard bearer of the collaborating political parties, the CPP, speaking to you on behalf of Councillor Charlene Bromskin and myself. On October 10th, in 2 days, you will be making a very critical decision on who you want to serve you as your leader. I ask that as you go through that process, you do it in a peaceful and non-violent manner. We owe it to ourselves and to our country to make sure this process does not harm a single Liberian. And we, as the CPP, I, as the leader of the CPP, am admonishing all of my partisans and supporters, and indeed all Liberians, to make sure we do this peacefully. None of us are entitled to lead our country. We all have to earn that right through persuasion and through our arguments. And so let's please make this process peaceful. But as you make this decision, my fellow Liberians, let's ask ourselves the following questions. After 176 years, the oldest republic in Africa, why are we amongst the least developed countries in the world, in the region? It is primarily, I believe, because we keep doing the same things over and over and expect different results. If we keep electing and selecting the same kinds of people with the same experiences, our country will not change. We will not get different results. Councillor Bromskin and I offer you, my fellow Liberians, a set of different experiences. We understand how to create jobs, how to grow what they call the private sector, to grow the economy. Government by itself has not solved our problems. Government experience by itself has not moved Liberia forward. And part of what we need to do different is people with different experiences who can create jobs for Liberians and different opportunities. We want a government of inclusion where your tribe, your religion, your political party does not matter. If you are a Liberian, you follow the rules, obey the laws, you should benefit from the resources of Liberia. So to our teachers, our healthcare workers, our motorcyclists, our plumbers, our police officers, our military people, to all Liberians, you will see a difference in your lives. You will make a living wage. We will improve the educational system, the healthcare system, the roads, running water and electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will happen. Our young people will have a different and a better future. We will provide vocational training again and create jobs for Liberians. We will reduce the suffering. So give us the opportunity to serve you, and I promise you, you will experience and you will see a different Liberia. Thank you for the opportunity. Go out on October 10th and vote your conscience, and together let's move Liberia forward. Let's change Liberia. Let's bring real and fundamental change to our country. Thank you in advance for the opportunity to serve you. God bless you and God bless Liberia. I thank you.
Wow, that is Alexander Benedict Cummings, the standard bearer for the collaborating political party in the Republic of Liberia. As you heard him, that was his closing message to the Liberians, not just in Liberia, but Liberian all over the world. Message of nonviolence, message of peace, message of tolerance, and of course, message of change. They are the candidates. They are the parties. They are the politicians. They are limited by the rules that governs the campaign. They have to abide by the term limit set by the National Elections Commission of the Republic of Liberia. We try to play this audio to fit in the term limit set by the Liberian National Elections Commission. However, when they say people should do their campaigning to a certain time, it doesn't mean that you can't talk about election. It doesn't mean that other people can talk. What you can do is to stop all campaign activities. That's why they said all campaign posters, flyers, and banners should be 7 miles away from the polling center. They don't want, after the timeline set by the National Election Commissions, for anybody to go and campaign to the people while they are voting. Here in America, like anybody else, going to the people, ask them to go out to go and vote is not a violation of any campaign law. It is a right of everybody to go and get out the vote. For us at SKTV, we will not stop talking about the election. We will not stop encouraging the Liberian people to get out to vote. We will not stop telling the Liberian people to do the right thing, to do what is right for themselves, for the country, for their children, and posterity unborn. The children that are yet to be born, the future of Liberia. We will not stop telling people to do what is right for themselves. We will not get tired, and we will not stop telling the Liberian people to go and vote their conscience. We will not get tired of telling them to go out to vote in an orderly manner, in a peaceful manner. Just vote and go home. The election is on Tuesday. In Liberia now, it's about 6 minutes past midnight. Precisely, it's already Monday in Liberia. But for us here, it's not yet Monday. It's Sunday, 17:07, which means 5:07 p.m. So the message that we are putting up here, we were asked, in fact, some supporters of the CPP call us and inform us that they wanted this audio to be played on the radio in Liberia before midnight. And they promised to pay whatever amount the radio people were asked for. Unfortunately, the radio is not on at this time in Liberia. So for SKTV, whether they pay us or not, we believe it's important that when people are in need of us, we should be there for them, especially those who have been there for SKTV. When they call us and ask for a service, it is incumbent upon us for us to go and help them, especially a message of peace, a message of tolerance, and of course, a message of change. We want the best for our country. We have been preaching for the best for our country. In the process, there will be people that will not be happy about the manner and form and shape we will deliver our message. Some will be angry at us. Some will be happy with us. But believe me, our intention is not to insult or disrespect anybody. Political process comes with a lot of things. Some people will be happy, some people will be angry, some people will insult, some people will disrespect, but at the end of the day, we at SKTV, we take nothing personal. We hold no grudges. We respect everybody. Even those that were so intolerant that could not keep up with the heat of the campaign, those that we somehow block because of their lack of respect for other people and for violating the norms of this platform, we block them. We're going to unblock all of them on the day of the election because campaign is over. Everybody is entitled to their opinion and their right. They have fundamental right under the Constitution of Liberia to go and exercise their franchise, to go and vote for whoever they believe can change Liberia. We have said this before. Liberia's problem is economic, is job. Liberia's problem is the confidence of the international community, the confidence of the United States, the confidence of the world that Liberia is a sovereign nation, but financially we are not independent. Financially, we are not independent. We are dependent on other countries in Europe, the United States, and other big countries around the world. So for us, our job is to make sure we let you know what you need to do and what can change the condition of our people. So we spend more time to talk to all of you And those of you that don't believe in a certain candidate, that is your right. Those of you who believe in other candidates, it's still your right. But I can tell you, when they say campaign is closing, specifically, they are speaking to the political parties and candidates. It doesn't mean when they say campaign is closing that you should not call your family, tell them who to vote for. The conversation between you and your sister, your siblings, that only you people know. The conversation with somebody going to call on the phone, tell them, hey, y'all go out, y'all go vote. Go to Mamiri, go to Mamushu, go to Fanta, Maria, and Musa. Go to Kuhu to go vote for this person and that person. That's your right. It's your phone. You can call anybody and tell them to go vote for anybody you want. You can also call anybody of your family and gossip about any political party or politician you want. Nobody listening to you. The government not going to go hold you for calling your people to tell them who to vote for. I'm just making this clear so that some of you should not think, say, okay, because they say campaign are close now, then you might not call a family member then to talk to them. Should you call a family member to conscientize, to go and conscientize them? No. You can still call their people and tell them what to do, what is good for them, what is good for the country. As a matter of fact, when we are on the radio, we are under the jurisdiction of Liberia, and we should abide and respect every laws governing the entire electoral process. Here, we have the right to talk about anything we want to talk about on the social media. There are certain things we will not say, and we will not host any politician, we will not host any political parties, but we reserve the right to speak to the Liberian people and say whatever we want to say, as long as we are not inciting violence. As long as we are not inciting violence, we are not telling anybody to go and beat on this person, or we are not inciting anything that will create a peaceful, that will create an environment that will be detrimental to the election. As long as we are talking peace, as long as we are only conscientizing our people, as long as we are only encouraging our people to participate in the democratic process, there's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with it. Let me tell you this. This election is one of the most consequential elections in the lifetime of this generation. We either get it right and be good, or get it wrong again and live with the consequences. But I can tell you, whatever the outcome of this election, some of us, we are not going away. We are not going anywhere, trust me. We will only improve our standing. We improve our standing as far as the media is concerned. We improve our standing as far as SKTV is concerned. We will improve our relationship with other media outlets. We will rejuvenate our collaboration with other media outlets. We will have more reporters in Liberia and around the world. We will make sure whoever wins the election will adhere to the rule of law, will be law-abiding, will respect the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. to call yourself a government, to call yourself a president, to govern the people, to tell people to respect the rule of law, the power for you to jail people, the power for you to arrest people is governed to you by the Constitution. And if you want to be respected, you must abide by the Constitution. You must respect the Constitution, because the reason why you are called Mr. President, you are called Mr. Senator or Madam President or Mr. or Madam Senator or Representative, it is because the people respect the Constitution. Otherwise, we are all the same. Nobody's better than the other person. But because the people respect the Constitution gives you certain power, certain authority, certain leverage that the people are bound to respect. But if people protect and respect and follow their portion of the Constitution by respecting the Constitution, by giving you the opportunity to decide for them, to rule them, to use their money, to use the resources of their country, that responsibility is given to you because of the Constitution. Other than that, there will be no rule of law. You have no power to do anything, but because people respect the Constitution, that says whenever they agree for one person to be president, nobody should go against that person. Whenever they agree to have a government, nobody should go and do otherwise. We will not have one president at a time, have one government at a time. So when you are given that opportunity, when you are given that responsibility, when you are given that opportunity, you are given that responsibility, it means that the people respect the rule of law, they respect the Constitution, and in order for you to maintain that leverage, that power, is to adhere to the rule of law and respect the Constitution that gave you that right over the other people. But in Africa, most of our people, the so-called leaders, when they are given the opportunity, the responsibility to steer the affairs of the country, they behave as if they say they're better than the people that are put in there. They forgot to know that the only reason why they are there is because of the Constitution. The people respect the Constitution. Otherwise, there will be no rule of law. There will be no police. There will be no government. The reason why we have government is because people respect the law. There is a law that says we have certain people that will run the affairs of the country. The system of governance, the system of government is having three branches of government, wherein you have the legislature as the first branch of the government, you have the judiciary, second, and the executive as the third branch of the government. Wherein the judiciary, wherein the legislature, they make the law, the judiciary interprets the law, and the executive enforce the law. That is the system of governance. And the reason why that system is respected because the people of the country respect the Constitution. The Constitution is the document that gave that power to the people to elect people to lead them. And people that are leading them are also responsible to make sure they adhere to that Constitution to do what is right for the people. And the people reserve the right to say, we don't want to put you there, but we don't agree. We can move you from there. So that is why the process that you can follow that will lead to you electing those people, you got to really think through it thoroughly. You got to know your Constitution. You got to respect your Constitution. You got to make sure the people you are putting there because they are capable and able to do the job, not only for themselves, not only for you, but for the entire country. That whatever they do, the consequences of their doing, of their work, good or bad, the entire country bear the consequences. even all of us that are not in the country. Steve, welcome. And we were just playing the final message sent by Mr. Cummings in the CPP. So we play it and we try to have some conversation before the election. It's important that we conscientize our people, regardless of the timing or the timeline given by the Election Commission. We still reserve the right to conscientize our people. We're not running for anything. We're not telling people vote for me or vote for this person or vote for that person, but encouraging people to conduct themselves peacefully, to motivate the people to go out and vote, to tell them to vote with their conscience, to vote for the country, to vote for the interest of the country. We reserve that right. We are not violating any election laws. So that's why we're here, and welcome.
Yes, Mr. O'Connor, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I did not listen to that message. I don't know if you have the time to play it just for someone who are coming on, because normally we don't come on this time of the afternoon. So I was taking a nap. I just woke up, and so I don't know if you mind playing it, so that I don't know how long it is, but I think this is a sign of leadership. Let me speak generally, or maybe you can play before we leave. This is a sign of leadership. This is what you do. This is how you do it. Instilling hope, reminding the people, doing what is right. I woke up to a video from today's closing from the parade, or whatever you want to term it as, from CDC. And I woke up with Liberians. I was saying the video, killing another Liberian, live on TV. Live is recorded. It's disturbing. It broke my heart. Whether you like Mr. Cummings or not, Mr. Cummings has shown maturity. Mr. Cummings has been responsible throughout this campaign. His tolerance has been, his conversations, has been very, very measured. He has instilled hope. He has said clearly what he wants to do for Liberians, to the country Liberia, and where he wants to take Liberia as a leader. Mr. Cummings has not engaged in any kind of violent rhetoric. He has stuck with the issues. When it was necessary, he has called on other leaders and other people to show leadership and be responsible in their communication. I'd say this to the Liberian people. Like John Balu said, Mr. Cummings, whether you like him or not, he's a gift to Liberia. It is the fact. Whether you want to support him or not, for your personal reasons, Mr. Cummings is a gift to Liberia. Mr. Cummings is a blessing to Liberia, whether you like it or not. But many of you, even in your homes, you know that indeed he is. This is about time. Truly speaking, this is about time the Liberian people unite. I'm not talking about political hustlers. I'm not talking about people who want job. I'm not talking about people who want benefit personally. I'm talking about patriotic Liberians. And yes, we will be making calls to our families, our friends, and our loved ones. We're not stupid. We're not just going on Facebook to just talk, as some of you might claim. No, that's not true. That is not true. If some of you just knew some of the work that we do behind closed door, you will probably put some serious respect to us. Serious ones. You will put it to us. But like I said, every day, this is troubling. This is very, very troubling, Mr. Kenneth. But you have a candidate who is clear-cut. He's open. Has told us exactly what he will do. You're muted.
Yeah, by the way, the popular demand, our fans and supporters and followers are saying we should play again. The purpose of all coming up here is to play that message. And the good thing about it is not a campaign message. It is a message of peace, message of tolerance, and message of appreciation of the Liberian people and asking the Liberian people to do what is right. We have the right to play. As a matter of fact, people are going to be sending it to each other. People are going to be sending it to their family. NEC has no way of knowing who is sending it to who. And we, as an institution, we are not campaigning for anybody. We are doing what is right for Liberia, and anything that will encourage peaceful coexistence and people following the rule of law, people conducting themselves peacefully and peaceably is what we will encourage. So we're going to play it again. You listen to it.
My fellow Liberians, this is Alexander Cummings, the standard bearer of the Collaborating Political Parties, the CPP, speaking to you on behalf of Councillor Charlene Bromskin and myself. On October 10th, in 2 days, you will be making a very critical decision on who you want to serve you as your leader. I ask that as you go through that process, you do it in a peaceful and non-violent manner. We owe it to ourselves and to our country to make sure this process does not harm a single Liberian. And we, as the CPP, I, as the leader of the CPP, am admonishing all of my partisans and supporters, and indeed all Liberians, to make sure we do this peacefully. None of us are entitled to lead our country. We all have to earn that right through persuasion and through our arguments. And so let's please make this process peaceful. But as you make this decision, my fellow Liberians, let's ask ourselves the following questions. After 176 years, the oldest republic in Africa, why are we amongst the least developed countries in the world, in the region? It is primarily, I believe, because we keep doing the same things over and over and expect different results. If we keep electing and selecting the same kinds of people with the same experiences, our country will not change. We will not get different results. Councillor Bromskin and I offer you, my fellow Liberians, a set of different experiences. We understand how to create jobs, how to grow what they call the private sector, to grow the economy. Government by itself has not solved our problems. Government experience by itself has not moved Liberia forward. And part of what we need to do different is people with different experiences who can create jobs for Liberians and different opportunities. We want a government of inclusion where your tribe, your religion, your political party does not matter. If you are a Liberian, you follow the rules, obey the laws, you should benefit from the resources of Liberia. So to our teachers, our healthcare workers, our motorcyclists, our plumbers, our police officers, our military people, to all Liberians, you will see a difference in your lives. You will make a living wage. We will improve the educational system, the healthcare system, the roads, running water and electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will happen. Our young people will have a different and a better future. We will provide vocational training again and create jobs for Liberians. We will reduce the suffering. So give us the opportunity to serve you, and I promise you, you will experience and you will see a different Liberia. Thank you for the opportunity. Go out on October 10th and vote your conscience, and together, let's move Liberia forward. Let's change Liberia. Let's bring real and fundamental change to our country. Thank you in advance for the opportunity to serve you. God bless you, and God bless Liberia. I thank you.
So, Steve, I listened to it before, but you are not listening to it. Now you heard it. What do you think?
Well, again, like I said, I'm not disappointed. I believe, like every other Liberian, those who say it openly or not, I believe Mr. Cummings is the man of the hour. I believe he's the best choice for the Liberian people to do this job at this time of the country and in history. And I believe even Joseph Yuma Bwaga knows that, President George Weah knows that, Jawan Gonglo knows that, and the rest of the candidates in the race they know that. They know it. I believe it's about time for us to do what is right as a nation. I'm not disappointed in Mr. Cummings' speech. I don't think he's making this up. I don't think he's playing these games. This is who he is as a person. Mr. Cummings is well structured, organized, disciplined, and I'm not surprised. I'm not, to be very honest, Mr. Cummings. I'm not surprised. I know something like this will come from him. He might not be yelling around, jumping and talking loud and shouting, but he's effective and efficient in how he goes about his business. And I believe the Liberian people can have a very good result should they elect Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. I believe so 100%. I believe I can go and sleep and relax should Mr. Cummings be elected. I believe so 100%. I do believe it, because not only that he has a reputation to protect, he has a name to protect. Alexander Cummings is a worldwide name. Whether you like it or not. And it's not just a worldwide name on sport, because that's a restrictive department. It's a worldwide name on delivery, efficiency, and globally, he is known. Whether you like it or not, globally, he is known. That is just a fact. And he is known for delivering, for achieving results. One time, Mr. Cummings was on a show and he said, the Coca-Cola market is competitive. Yes, it is competitive. It is competitive. There are a lot of things that will be required for you to be at the top. They don't just tell anybody and just put in there to make decisions as senior executive or in the role he was in. He must have done some things that you can't imagine. So this is a message of hope. And again, he's been consistent. That is the most important thing. Mr. Cummings has not said this thing, said one thing, confused the people. He's not jumping from arrest to race to. No. Here's a man that's been clear from day one what he wants to do. He's not jumping from roll to rest. No. He is serious and straightforward about what he said. That's why his message has been consistent. If you interview on different show, the message is consistent. You bring him here, the message is consistent. This is a sign that somebody is acting coherently. Put who pass around, rest. Okay, you just confuse yourself and confuse the people. And when we say it again, that's with us. Mr. Cummings has been clear. And so I'm not surprised, But here's another thing, Mr. Kane. Here's another thing that I want to say that normally I don't say in public, or I will not say in public. I don't try to give the Liberian people credit most times, but I want to give the Liberian people credit openly today. I would not be surprised if the Liberian people do what is right. I would not. No, I would not. I would not. And I want to borrow the word of Chairman Musa Belete that always says the universe is conspiring. For some reason, in the last minutes, the CDC and the Unity Party have done everything to discourage Liberians from going to vote for them. Even the ones that were leaning towards them, the ones that were saying, let just be with the devil, then the angel you see here. When they see the type of violence, Mr. Cannon, let me send it to you. You're muted.
Yeah, so I say, yeah, you can send it to me, but we might not play anything right now relating to the campaign stuff.
No.
So it's okay.
So you see when you have leaders who have their heads on their shoulder, who wants to do what is right, they're clear in their messaging. Very, very clear. They're not going in cycles. They're not saying one thing today and saying the other thing tomorrow. No, they're not. I think I'm getting a call here from Lofa. Let me see what he wants to say.
By the way, any of our friends that wants to come on, that are watching, they want to come on, open the line, they can come on. Send a link to anybody that want to come on. Okay.
Yeah.
Any of our friends want
Yeah,
to
do
come
you
on.
want me to put you on?
Anybody want to come on, allow them to come on. I
I'm
mean,
gonna show.
we're having conversation.
Okay.
Campaign is over.
Okay, hold on. So yes, Lofa, you're on there hearing you.
Okay. So quickly, I just, I hate hypocrites and a bunch of deceptive. Darius Dillon is a coward. Excuse me for having to say this, right? I know probably you probably won't like me to say this. You will frown at it, but I want to say this in a public manner that Darius Dillon is a damn coward. He's a coward, and he deserves no space in our body politics. Darius sat himself around here when Honorable Boycott went around making statement about how he will end Liberia. He did not condemn it. When Prince Johnson made a statement about how they will bring the Arab Spring in Liberia, he did not condemn it. He sat himself down, calling himself the rescue campaign manager, but today to sit with the indicted criminal on spoon talk and talk about Liberians should organize themselves and be peaceful, that just tell you how much of a coward he is. And it pissed me off that children have to die for the sake of these idiots that are running around calling themselves politicians. These kids don't deserve these kind of things. Darius Dillon have benefited from the goodwill of people like myself and some of you on here, but he's shown to be nothing more than a coward. But his time is coming, and it's not too far. Thank you.
Quick question, Lofa. Did you say he was on Spoon?
The coward is right now, as I'm speaking. I don't know if he actually just left from Spoon, but he was on there talking about how he won election, and he and Thomas Fowler are still friends, and he didn't want George Weah to be a president, but George Weah is the president. He had to live with it. All of those nonsense. But when Honorable Boycott made a statement, he did not come up to condemn it. When Prince Johnson made a statement about the Arab Spring, he and Darius Dillon did not come up to condemn it. Look what happened today. Look what happened in Lofa County. They came to justify all of those things. And then you would sit down a day before the election. Okay? When everyone is all heated up, and then you come and talk about everybody needs to be peaceful. Where were you when all of these statements were being made? Why did you come out and condemn them? That's why I refer to him as a coward. And I will say it over and over, even in his face. If I were to see Darius Dillon in person, I would tell him that he's a damn coward.
Okay. Thank you, Lofa. Thank you so much. Well, Mr. Kane, everybody, but hey, the program where, a lot of things will happen after the election. But at this point, some people have shown who they are they're showing who they are. It's up to you to believe them. It is. It's up to you to believe them. And even after the election is gone, it's still up to you to believe them. It is. It's up to you to even maintain friendship or relationship with them. It's up to you. But me, like I've said, I know I will keep my peace and my sanity. There are some people I will just delete them. Some of them I'll block them. And we'll move on. Thank God some of them said on Facebook, I got to know them, never met them in person, so that it even makes it better. I don't need you. I don't need you to do anything. But let's get back to the messaging because it's important. It's very, very important to enlightening our people, to encourage our people to come out to vote. Very, 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 very important. I will continue to say it. Both the CDC and the CP and the Unity Party do not deserve to come back to power or to be elected for anything.
Brazilian monk, I want to come on to say something.
Okay, yeah.
Cyrus. Hello?
Hello?
Is it Cyrus?
The Uncle Pete.
Oh, Uncle P. I thought I was Cyrus. Uncle P, you're alive.
Yeah, how are you? Go ahead.
Good.
I just want to say something. I heard Lopa talking about Darrell Dillon. Gentlemen, I read it, the political system in Liberia, I just can't understand. Mike Jabate came on Facebook and threatened my life. He said he's going to shoot me 3 times. And I see all the other kids, nobody talk about it. Even the Dillon that...
When was that?
Oh, about 4 days ago. I even put it on Facebook.
I'm just hearing it.
Yeah, myself.
Yeah, he said he's going to shoot me. He said it 3 times.
We're just hearing it.
Because that's somebody to start working with him. And right after the show, he deleted that particular video. And people watch it. I have it, and I see that nobody even mention it. Nobody talk about it. I'm disappointed. And he's supporting Joseph Walker with Darrell Dillon. Let me just say this. Look, Darrell Dillon came Minnesota, took my Tacoma Jeep to the park and played there for him my Jeep for the program we have for him at the park on Keanu Wood when he was running to be senator. They had a program in the hall. I stood in the hall. That building he built for to rehabilitate people in Liberia. I'm saying this on video. I stood in the hall and gave $500 in the hall towards that program. Besides that, we had an organization here. I contributed $400 towards it. Right here in Minnesota. So I pay a total of $900 to that organization with Darrell Dillon. But being that, in politics in Liberia, when you're not supporting a senior candidate with them, they take it to be an enemy. If Darrell Dillon even having a show and a call on that show, you will not even recognize, you will not even take a call. So I can just tell Liberian people, if you want to stop your suffering, if you want to stop the Zoko problem, if you want to stop the 12 years of corruption and the 6 years of corruption, I ask you all to vote for Alexander Cummings.
Now, that one, the campaign don't finish. You already said that many times. It's okay now. Don't tell anybody what to vote for. Just tell them what to do the right thing.
Okay. So I ask you all to vote. Nobody must stay home. Don't be reluctant.
Exactly. Let everybody go out and vote.
Yeah, everybody must go out and vote. And let it be peaceful.
Thank
we don't
you.
want no chaos in Liberia.
Yeah.
Because some of us anticipated to come home. Like one day me, I'm planning to move back home for good next year. So I beg you, just go out and vote, my Liberian people. Nobody should frighten you. Do not be apprehensive, but just be peaceful. Go and vote, regardless of who you vote for. We one Liberia. So I ask you all to go out and vote peacefully.
Okay. Thank you so much. So tomorrow, we are going to be having a show tomorrow wherein everybody will call in and speak your local dialect. If you don't speak, if you can't speak your dialect, you are a Kui or Kui person, you tend to white person, that one, we're not responsible. But if you can speak it, come on and speak your dialect to your people, tell them to be peaceful, tell them to get out and vote, to make sure they vote, regardless of who they are voting for, let it come out and vote. The more people that will vote, the better it will be for our democracy. So we want everybody to come out tomorrow, encourage the people to come out and vote. So we're gonna be closing in about 5 minutes because this was not a show. We decided to come on because we received the closing statement of Mr. Cummings, and we were asked to send it to the radio station to play it. And radio station was now on, so we decided to play it. So from the start of this broadcast, the audio is there. It's in the middle after when Steve came in. Everything else in between, we are just doing it to conscientize our people, to encourage you to get out, to make sure you vote. But in the process, while we were here, somebody sent us $50 to tell us thank you for coming on. The person said, "I'm not call their name," but thank you so much. We appreciate it. But Steve, if you have something to say, go ahead and say it. Other than that, we'll just close it. But we'll be on tomorrow for our regular show.
Well, it is clear from all indications that we have our choice to make. We have a responsibility, and it's all of us' responsibility to call our family members, call our loved ones, call our parents, and ask them to go and vote. That's very important. All the things you don't do, all the plenty talking you've been doing on Facebook, the last thing you can do, now, call your people, encourage them to go and vote. Call your people, encourage them to go and vote. When you call them on the phone, you can tell them who to vote for. You can tell them, you're not restricted that one. You can tell them. Yes, you can do that one. I will even encourage you. Christmas coming, second round coming. When you see the result from the second round, and your candidate is in the second round,
we see the result from the first round.
When you see the result from the first round, yeah, you are right. The second round coming, then you start telling them now how much you will send them for the Christmas and how they need to put their life together. Yeah, this is the time. Let me tell you something. Let me say this, my people. Call your people. Encourage them to vote. Lead a BHAB business. If you are not speaking to your mom or your pa, if you're not speaking to your husband or your girlfriend in Liberia, if somebody eat your money, you been there with them. If your family member eat your money, you been there with them.
Steve, somebody just sent $50 and say, I should tell you, say, whether you like it or not, they still hold on SKTV. They still hold on. So you gotta respect the stakeholder there.
These stakeholder there, man, we discussing. Why is stakeholder there? Let me know that stakeholder.
When you say the job contributing to SKTV to let Steve know that they are stakeholder, you don't play with them.
No. Well, I come into the hall, we'll look at the list today.
No, that list is already completed. All the people that contributed to SKTV, they are all stakeholders. Like, you don't want acting funny on the people there.
So again, I'm seriously encouraging all of you guys. Call your family members, call your loved ones. Listen, even if you've been in problem with your brother or your sister, they trick you to eat your money, call a family meeting. Encourage your people to vote. Let me tell you something. Let your people come out to vote. The people who never voted last time, they plenty more than the people who voted. Let your people come out and vote. Let your people get involved. Let them come out and vote. Let them get involved. Please, encourage your people to vote. Encourage your people to vote. Please, encourage your people to vote. Thank you so much. We'll leave this song with you as we close for the day. We'll see you tomorrow. Like Sekou said, this was an emergency show. Have a good day. As always, we are here. Let's have a good rest of the weekend as you get ready tomorrow for work. Some of you. Thank you.
You don't even know my story. You don't even know your story. Oh yeah, you know on the beat, I be a local. So moral. You post a new car on Facebook. But that's so la la. You working better. Loving and acting jealous, say you photo. My advice for you, in my way, I got to confess. Confession. You gotta confess. You must have the impression. Enjoyment.